Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. And it's time for a vinyl update, where I tell all of y'all a bunch of records that have made their way into the sacred vinyl case back here. We're starting to run out of room here, honestly. Might need to get another shelf. Might need to get another thing over here. We're running out of space. Picked up some records. All right, let's just get straight into it. Right off the top, I want to thank our sponsor of this video, the good people over at Vinyl Me Please, the monthly vinyl delivery service where they send you exclusive pressings of fantastic records with a little bit of album art and description and all that stuff. And thanks to them, thanks to Vinyl Me Please, I now own 2 copies of my favorite dub record, The Upsetters' Super Ape. As you may remember from a previous vinyl video, this is my copy of The Upsetters' Super Ape, and it is a heavy double LP pressing, which comes with a little poster. Actually, it's a huge poster, which I have not put up, haven't had the heart to put up. And the coolest thing about this pressing is that on the D side of it, there is an awesome etching of the Super Ape Ape. Fantastic dub record again here. The Upsetters Super Ape with Lee Scratch Perry on production, which is, why the record sounds the way it does, which is why this is a great dub record. Now, that is the copy, if you've watched previous vinyl videos, you're already familiar with. This new copy over here, it's actually a 1 LP copy. It is not a double LP copy. However, it is in fact a green copy, sort of like an aqua green. It's greenish. It looks green here, but when I'm looking at it in the camera, it looks a little bluish. But yeah, it's a green copy over here, and it actually comes with some pretty cool, comes with a little cool insert with like the Super Ape shape on there. Wow, guys, and also a nice cool bit of 12-inch art. Sometimes the art that they pass along is really good. I think this is my second favorite, easily my favorite piece of art that these guys sent along with the record was the 12 by 12-inch print that they sent along with J Dilla's Donuts. That one was really good. Fun little donut on that, wearing like a hat and looking all cool. There we go. So 2 copies of The Upsetters Super Ape, because that's, I just got so many problems, so many problems. Just got so many problems to deal with. 2 copies of The Upsetters Super Ape. Life's just hard, guys. Life is hard. It's hard. It's hard out here for a nerd. I mean, what is a man to do? What is a man to do? All right, moving on. Let's do another dub record here. Recently purchased this. Scientist. He produced this over at King Tubby's studio, it says here on the credits. Scientist meets the Space Invaders. I already own a Scientist record, and that record is rids the world of the Curse of the Vampires. This record doesn't seem to be as vocally driven. Actually, I think tune-wise, this record is not as good, but the production, I think, is a little better. The bass on this thing, the bass on this record is massive, massive bass on this record. Loving the bass and loving the atmosphere on this record. If you're looking to get into dub reggae, here's 2 records right here. Try out these 2 records, or try out these 2 artists, The Upsetters, Lee Scratch Perry, Scientist, King Tubby as well. Looking to get into dub? Those aren't bad places to start. Also picked up a few Devo records. You guys know I'm a Devo fan, and I am building up the Devo vinyl collection. Building it up. Have their first 2 records on vinyl, and now I have their 3rd record on vinyl. Don't like this record as much as I like their debut, but it has some of their biggest hits on it. Girl You Want, Whip It, and some other great songs too. So, can't go wrong with that, and I cannot wait to lay this onto the turntable and listen to it all the way through. I just sort of peruse the hits on here because I just got it and I wanted to put it in this vinyl video. However, I have given this single of theirs a full listen to the song Peekaboo. This is a crazy single. This is a manic fucking single. It's pretty hilarious. I love how Devo not only comes with just catchy songs, awesome grooves and instrumentals, but just a serious sense of humor as well. Again, which is why Devo is easily one of my favorite groups of the 80s. Peekaboo single. We have the Dance Velocity version of the song on the A side. Then we have the Peekaboo Devo dub on the B side, along with the song Find Out. Nice little 12-inch play 45. So that's pretty cool. I have another 12-inch over here, little maxi single of a fantastic Jesus and Mary Chain song, April Skies. This one was really awesome. This one sounded great. Although the Who Do You Love track on the B-side was really suspect. However, Kill Surf City, that was a fun song. But the A-side, April Skies, one of their best songs, and really catchy tune, really heavy. Love the Jesus and Mary Chains sound. Pretty straightforward. This record, just like with the Devo record, just kind of comes with a plastic sleeve. Fairly simple, straightforward packaging. It's just a single, so they're not going all out for it. And got this thing for just $4. That's a great grab. That is a great grab right there. I picked this thing up a while ago, but didn't listen to it, didn't give it a full listen until recently, so I didn't want to talk about it until I did that. The Doors, LA Woman. One of their more popular records, but I think it's sort of infamous for the fact that it is the last record they did with Jim Morrison, and then they sort of tried to put out music after his untimely death, and it was not very well received. Even in retrospect, people do not like those records. And I wouldn't say this is one of my favorite Doors records, though I don't think it's bad. I mean, it has some of their best songs on it, but but some of the more popular songs on here, like "L.A. Woman" and like "Love Her Madly," they don't really give you an idea or a real sense of the Doors at this time in their career. Very close to the end of Jim Morrison's life. Because on this record, Jim Morrison sounds absolutely insane. Like, he sounds like a man unhinged. And it's kind of freaky. It's kind of scary. A lot of the tunes aren't bad, and in a way, Jim Morrison's kind of animalistic approach on this record is entertaining. But it's kind of eerie, sort of knowing the fate that would befall him not too long after this album. It comes with sort of this plastic, silhouette of the band over here, and just kind of get a straightforward yellow sleeve for the record itself. And so Jim Morrison sounding incredibly unhinged on this record, but also it is like one of their bluesiest records too. And they're kind of doing these weird blues jams with some pretty prominent bass as well. And it's a strange record for the Doors, man. It is a strange record for the Doors. While I like it, I wouldn't recommend it for anybody who isn't already a Doors fan. I would say acclimate yourself to their earlier records before you jump into LA Woman, from front to back anyway. No reason to avoid the hits off of this record. But yeah, an interesting record from from the Doors. Gonna be turning that record over and over in my head for a while. Did a little exclusive kind of early access classic review for this record recently. You will see this record turning up in a future Classics Week segment on the main channel here. Yes is Closer to the Edge. Amazing progressive rock record. Nice little old school gatefold. Love that image. That mural is beautiful. And if you're looking to get into some classic progressive rock, you can't really go wrong with this record. It's a pretty easy listen. Not only are the songs fantastic, and the production is great, But you know, one thing that I think sets Yes apart from a lot of other progressive rock artists is that they have a real pop sensibility, and there's a strong sense of songwriting on this record, and some really catchy, sweet, harmonized vocals too. So, you know, this is progressive rock that, you know, isn't super artsy-fartsy, difficult to sit through or anything like that. You know, it's just some really good, straightforward rock music that is very catchy, but also has some really awesome and ambitious guitar passages and instrumental builds and multifaceted songs. So, yeah, Yes, Closer to the Edge. Picked it up for a few bucks on vinyl. Couldn't go wrong on that. Also ordered this kind of because I knew that these guys had a new album out. I just reviewed it, and I wanted to pick this up because, you know, I just realized and thought, like, man, I like this record so much. I want to own it. Grave Baby's Crusher. And still left over, I guess there were some pressings from the original run where they sort of did a little exclusive red pressing of the record, so it's pretty awesome. I was able to get a hold of that when I ordered this record off of Hardly Art. Got a lyric sheet here, which once I listen to this record I will be reading along with, since the lyrics, the words, the vocals are so strange and bellowing, and I'm gonna sneeze. Crisis averted. Very creepy. Bloody. Album art on the other side. Grave Baby spelled in, I don't know what, blood, jam? I can't really tell at this point. And also bought a vinyl copy of the new Billy Woods album, Today I Wrote Nothing. Corners bent. Billy, yell at the goddamn post office for bending your freaking records. But you might not recognize it because the cover art is totally different, and I actually like the cover art on here more than I do on the digital version or the CD version, if the same cover art is on the CD version of this album. I think this is some really weird, ominous, creepy cover art. I look at this and I'm like, what is that? Is that like some really like fucking amazing post-rock or something? But no, it's like a really esoteric hip-hop album with some cool short story-like songs. If you haven't given this album a listen, check out my review earlier this year, Billy Woods, Today I Wrote Nothing. It is a really good album, and I like, you know, just like the really desolate look of the photography here. Really cool sort of, I guess, personal shot there, the desk and the cat, like a, you know, sort of a shore situation over there. The cover art is ominous, and I like that. And the vinyl itself, it's a double LP, and it's clear, a little off-white, a little beige-ish. Not totally clear, but still cool. Cool, clear vinyl. Awesome. Glad I picked this up. Glad I supported Billy on this new record, because I did buy a copy of History Will Absolve Me, but I didn't buy a copy of his last record, Dour Candy, and I figured that I would support him on this one, since he was doing this cool double LP. 2 records on here, as I already said, both clear on this package. I thought it was sort of ambitious that he was pulling that together, so I decided to pick this up. And finally, one more record that recently got added to the collection. If I could just get this record in the sleeve. We're gone. Finally, a copy of the fantastic Nico record. This is a Belgian pressing over here. Nico record, The Marble Index. Now, not only is this like a Belgian pressing from everything that I can read on the liner notes of the record, and it was also listed on the front of the record, but it is also Le Bleu. This record came out in late 60s, I believe, and some of you, through Wes Anderson's films or through the Velvet Underground, may be familiar with her music, songs like These Days, and just that album, Chelsea Girl, her debut full-length LP. But this album is a totally different turn. Do not go into this record like expecting beautiful, warm, embracing, lovely little ballads. This is a tortured, twisted, like avant folk record. This record is like proto-goth. This is a dark freaking album. This is an off-putting album. This is an unsettling album. And I like that Nico did this record. I like that she did this with her producers. John Cale did some of the arrangements on this record. Fraser Mohawk, producer on this record. I like that she took this dark, artsy, weird turn on this record. I knew going into this album this was, you know, like one of her darkest releases, and it's really intriguing. And I'm looking forward to kind of spending time getting more acclimated with it. I've been giving the A side a deep listen, and again, it is a strange, off-putting record. It's very unforgiving. And runtime-wise, there's not much to it either. The B side seems to be about maybe like 10 minutes long, and the A side is seems to be pretty short as well. It's a brief record, but it's got just a lot of emotional twists and turns to it. You know, again, dark record. And those are pretty much all the records that I have picked up recently. Now, I'm thinking about doing something different with the next vinyl video. I am, in fact, thinking about taking a trip down to the very bottom over here of my record shelf and getting into some of the 10 inches and 7 inches that I have. In fact, really just going through all the 7 inches that I have in maybe just like a couple videos. And if you're interested in that, if you think that would be cool, leave a comment, let me know, and we'll do a video where we talk about my 7 inches. Anthony Fantano, vinyl, music, transition, vinyl. Hope you're having a nice day, and believe in yourself all the time. Anthony Fantano, music, forever.